And we'll start with you introducing yourself, your name, and your role here at Pella Middle School.
My name's Kelsey Sheets, and I'm the special education teacher here, one of them, at Pella Middle School.
And how long have you been here for?
This will be year 5.
Year 5. And why did you get into special education?
Honestly, it was sort of just kind of one of the only options at the time when I came out of college. But it was kind of a God thing, and I fell in love with it, and I've chosen to stay in special education ever since.
And how many students do you now teach and support through this program here?
Right now I have 6.
So 6 students. What are some of those challenges you face daily? Because you obviously got into this maybe not knowing exactly what you got yourself into. What were you able to learn, and what are those challenges that you face daily working with students that have certain disabilities?
I would say in this program that I've been working in for 5 years now, I would say one of the biggest difficulties would be processing some of the life skills that maybe they have deficits in, or just some of the skills that we take for granted because our bodies naturally perform specific behaviors that we've been taught, or just different skills we can obtain. We sort of take some of that for granted, and with these students you sort of realize that maybe those skills aren't as easy to come by, and there's a lot of other skills that we have to practice and work into our day that you don't expect, I guess, for other students.
Well, and there are challenges, but I'm sure there are positive things for you. What is maybe the most rewarding aspect about this line of work?
I would say all of the small milestones that they accomplish. They're huge successes, their personalities, their smiles. I don't have a day of work that I don't come and laugh and smile, or maybe even cry, happy cry, but it's just a very rewarding job that not a lot of other positions maybe get to experience as often or as big.
Well, and you've actually taken your involvement to the next level. Many people remember the special needs prom that happened this past May, a Night of Stars over at Vermeer. And you have another activity coming up here as part of this first week of school called All Active Night. What is this all about?
All Active is a night that we're working with the Knights of Columbus and Amy Building at the middle school to try to promote health and wellness for individuals with disability. One big part of our job is to let everyone with a disability understand that they can do what everyone else can do. It just might have to look a little different. And health and wellness is one of those things that I think maybe gets pushed aside sometimes. So we really want to promote the fact that they can be healthy and active and exercise and things like that. And we're going to have a fun, active night and show them how they could do that.
So Kelsey, as someone who works with people with special needs every single day and someone who interacts in the hallways here at Pella Middle School, I'm sure there's a lot of curious students and a lot of curious teachers that really want to get to know some of these people that work here in this classroom. What are the things that you would tell a student or tell a teacher or a family member, someone who's never really had a chance to interact with someone who has a disability? What would you say is the best thing to do?
I would say just getting to know them through questioning and just talking to them and learning about their likes and dislikes and just learning about who they are as a person. We're all people, and we all like to make friends in similar ways, just through communication and love and an open heart and an open mind, and just being ready to embrace those differences.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'll have you introduce yourself and what you do here at Pella Middle School.
Hi, I'm Amy Belding, and I teach adaptive PE and health. And my health and PE are basically 8th graders. My adaptive could be anything from 5th grade on up through 8th grade.
And how many years have you been in the district?
This is my 13th here, and I have 9 elsewhere.
Elsewhere, okay. And how did you get involved, especially with the adaptive PE program? What was kind of your first introduction to that?
I have done adaptive PE my whole career. This is a wonderful opportunity for students, and it's set up a little bit differently than it may be in other districts, but the peer PE program is one that I stepped into upon my arrival and hire here.
And how many students do you teach as a part of that adaptive program any given year?
The numbers range varied on the needs that we meet. This current year we're about at 30 when we count the kids that have unique needs, unique situations and challenges, and then we partner them either a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 ratio. So I'm about 28 to 30 right now.
And what are some of those challenges, especially in a classroom like that with younger students? I know the high school has the adaptive PE, but especially with those that may be still kind of figuring out themselves in 7th and 8th grade and younger, what are those challenges of pairing those groups of people together?
The needs and the challenges are pretty similar and pretty universal, whether it be an intellectual situation, a health and a medical situation, a physical situation, whatever it may be. But the idea is that we pair traditionally developing children with special needs children, and they grow together.
And what are the positive outcomes and wins of that? What do you see both from the children that have the intellectual disabilities, but even more so from the quote-unquote regular developing population?
We get to see the most amazing things. We see connections between kids. Had they not had this situation, they may not have ever met or had the opportunity to work together. So we see friendships. We see just interactions that are so positive, and they really build up kids no matter where they are. So when kids walk into our gym, we just see them as kids. They aren't this or this, they're kids.
And how do you see that continuing on when you meet with these kids as they go to high school and become maybe a part of that program? What are the things that you see now years down the road that you've been here for a little bit and you see those kids grow and develop?
I see leadership. I see kind tender-heartedness. I see kids that take initiative. I see kids that look at things with a little bigger lens. So they might see a situation and they might have an answer or a solution to that, whether it be grabbing a different ball to play with a racket, grabbing a different ball to go shoot hoops, grabbing a ball to go kick a soccer ball around. But I think they have a little bit broader view of people and needs and how to make things work.
And Amy, as someone who works in the classroom every single day in regards to the adaptive PE program, and you work with students who for the first time maybe are interacting with their peers who happen to have a disability, what are the things you tell that first week of class that's coming up? What are the things that you say to these kids is the best way to embrace them and the best way to become their friend?
We take a few days just to work together to do a training at the beginning of the year, and we approach that with the idea of a new friendship or the start of the school year. So we have new students who come to school every time at the beginning of the year who are new. So what is it that you do to make a new friend or to make someone feel welcome and to make someone feel a part of the group? It's the same kind of thing, it just looks a little bit different. So if someone doesn't verbally communicate the same way we do, then we talk about how do you make that happen. If someone physically represents themselves or is just a little bit different, then how do we work within that? Because it ends up to be that we are so much more the same than we are different, and the friendship part is a huge piece of it. And how do we work in those friendship skills to pull everybody together?